Okay, let us continue with the different factors facilitated the German unification. As we have seen, there are some factors which was facilitating the German unification. Let us start from this downfall of Congress system. The collapse of Congress system was one of the factors which was leading to German unification. We have seen how this Congress system was drained liberalism and nationalism in Germany. By draining this nationalism by their defeat or their decline was facilitating Germany to struggle for the unification, and this was becoming one of the factor. The second point was the downfall of Metternich system and his system in 1848. The decline of Metternich system was another factor which was leading to German unification, where Metternich was strong willing to deny the German unification. To their defeat was replaced by the Count and Schwarzbach, who were some interesting and even weak to unite or to continue to controlling Germany, which was leading to Germany's struggle for their independence. There is another factor which is a lot of German intellectuals and philosophers, and these German intellectuals and philosophers also increasing the desire of German unification. I have seen examples of one who is Hegel and Lehm were using their writings to increase the spirit of nationalism among Germans, and this was leading to Germany to overthrow the foreign rule near kingdom. There is another factor which is point 4, the role played by Napoleon I. Napoleon I was reducing the state of Germany, which were over 300 states, and reducing into 39 states. Also introducing revolutionary ideas of liberty, equality, and fraternity in German state, and this was leading to encouraging the rise of German unification. There is point 5, which is the rise of power of William I in Prussia. The rise of William I in Prussia was another factor which was encouraging German unification. This man was succeed Frederick William IV in 1858 and carried out the fundamental reforms in Prussia, and this man was appointing Otto von Bismarck as minister in presidency and of Prussia in 1861. He also expanded the Prussian force from 500,000 to 750,000, and this was putting under the commander who were efficient and even able, such as Field Marshal and von Moltke, and even von Lund, who were used to define and even to defeat some countries such as Denmark, Austria, even France, which was leading to the success of German unification. There is another factor of Vienna settlement. As we have seen, Vienna settlement was draining the German unification, also was one of the factors which was leading to the German unification, where the Vienna settlement was putting all German states together in a confederation parliament, and this was led to development of unity among different states of Germany, and settlement also put German state under the oppressive Metternich system, which was leading to the rise of German unification against Metternich as a single enemy. There is another point 7, the role of foreign state. The role of foreign state also encouraged the unification of Germany, where Bismarck was allied with different powers of Europe such as Austria defeated Denmark and was allied with France to defeat Austria, and even was allied with Italian to defeat France, and those allies with foreign assistance was another factor which was encouraging the unification of Germany. There is point 8, which is military incompetence or weakness of Germany enemy. We are talking about Austria. The Austrian Empire was weakened by 1830 and even 1848 revolution, and France also military weak was leading to their defeat in 1871 war, which was making the German unification to be completed. There is another point which is point 9, military reforms made in Parisian army, as we have seen above, where the Parisian army was increased to 750,000 and was put there under commander who were able, such as this man called Marshall, which was leading to remove and solve the problem of lack of strong army. There is another point which is point 10, the 1848 revolution in Europe. This revolution was encouraging the Germans to get their full unification. They showed the Germans that without united, the German unification was impossible, and this was causing the German to unite due to their defeat in 1848, hence their success in 1871. There is point 11, which is role played by Prince Otto Bismarck, and this man Otto Bismarck made fundamental political, social, economic, and military reforms in Prussia, and these fundamental reforms changes brought by this man in military was brought Prussia able to fight and even defeating their enemies such as Denmark and Austria, and later they defeating France. There is point 12, which is the Crimean War of 1854, and this war deteriorated the relationship between Austria and Prussia because Syria had refused to assist Russia during Crimean War. In the third, when Russia was refusing to support Austria in 1866 during the war between Austria and Prussia, and this then led to the defeat of Austria and the success of German unification. Let us conclude on the point 13, economic strength of Austria. The unification of Prussia was also achieved due to this economic strength. So I've seen how this economy of Prussia, Germany was weak, and due to the reforms brought by Otto von Bismarck and the other leaders who were raising in Germany was leading to the success of Germany unification, where they improved economic such as industries, construction of roads, and this was increasing wealth and a high revenue in Prussia, hence they starting the struggle against Austria were weak. Let us conclude on this by talking different stages of German unification. The stages of German unification, there is the first stage where the war took place between Prussia against Denmark, which is the Prussian War against Danish-Prussian War in 1864. The second stage was the war against Austria, which is the 7 Weeks War in 1966. In this is where the Austrian was defeated and Germany was receiving their hostage from Denmark, and even some never means enough German states was recaptured to Germany. And in these stages is where Germany was refusing to give Rhineland to France as he promised. The last stage was the war against France, which is the Franco-Prussian War in 1871 up to 1870 up to 71. This was the opposite France where Prussia under Bismarck was completing their defeat due to refusing to give this Rhineland. In this war, the Prussian was allied with Italian and declare war on France and leading to France to be defeated in 1871, which is completing the formation of German unification. These are some brief about the stages of German unification. Okay.